Yo, what's up everybody? My name is Steve King, and I'm the original creator of God is Dope. I'm from Chicago, just outside the city of Chicago. I ain't from the inner city, but I'm about 15, 20 minutes outside of the city of Chicago. Once I graduated from high school, I then relocated to Louisiana. I went to school at the Grambling State University, GSU. I thought you knew, Gram fam, what up, what it do? I'm repping for y'all, you see the colors. I was hotboxing. Let's just keep it humble, open, and transparent. If you know, as Pastor Mike Tyson said, just keeping it humble, open, and transparent. I was in the car hotboxing. I was getting high, blowing that gas, and God was like, "Listen, if you keep going through this way, like if you continue on this route, it's not gonna work out for you, man. This ain't the route to go." And so at that very moment, that's when He said, "I'm the only drug that you need. If love is a drug, God is dope." God told me to trademark it. He said, "Man, this is from me. This ain't a good idea, it's a God idea. So trademark it, protect it." And so operating out of obedience, God knows I was in grad school and I ain't have it like that, but I understand that obedience is better than sacrifice. So I went ahead and I registered the trademark with the USPTO in 2014. I started using the trademark in 2012, making shirts, slinging the shirts out of my trunk, you know, just trying to get the word out there and build the brand that I knew that God had given me. The word started to spread across campus, and it started to bleed over into Louisiana Tech University, which was about 3 miles away from Grambling. And it just started to take off because so many different people used to come to the HBCU. You know, you had international students, you had people from the West Coast, California, Colorado, and people from all over. There was a melting pot of people at Grambling State. And so it was then where we were working the brand, I was pushing the brand, and everything started to progress. And then life happened. I started to get some phone calls, a lot of different phone calls. Phone calls like, "Hey, hurry up and get to the hospital. Your wife is here." We were actually working on our second child, still are, right? And we have just suffered a series of losses, like not one, not two, not 10. A total of 12 losses, 13 children in total. The last being a set of twins. And to this day, this is something that we're still believing in God for. But at that particular time, we were still actively trying to have a successful birth with our second child. And in the middle of those trials and tribulations, I get another phone call, and it's from a doctor. Because previously I had visited that physician, and I was just going in for a regular checkup. You know, my wife kind of gave me this ultimatum, like, "Hey, look, boy, you better go to the doctor, okay? You're gonna get looked at, okay?" And so I was at this checkup just for a regular, you know, physical. They discovered a mass in my throat. That mass then led me to go get an ultrasound. That ultrasound then led for me to get a biopsy. That biopsy then came back with results saying that I had cancer. I had thyroid cancer. And at that moment, there were a lot of things that I had to kind of place on hold and really focus on. I had to focus on myself. I had to focus on my health. I also had to focus on my wife. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm a father as well. And so we had to make sure that, you know, we were taking care of our health so we could be around for the long haul. So as I'm facing these trials and these tribulations, and we're fighting through it together, I'm starting to get telephone calls and DMs talking about, "Hey man, congratulations on your brand, man, like congrats." And with so many different things that were taking place, I didn't realize that, wait a minute, this isn't me, because I'm the one that orders the shirts. I'm the one that makes the shirts. I'm the one that prints the shirts off. I'm the one that has to pay for the shirts to actually sell the shirts. And none of that is happening because I'm actually focused on staying alive. I'm just kind of flabbergasted at this point, because it's like, man, like, okay, I got a legal situation on my hand potentially, and I also have a health situation on hand that I'm currently battling. And so I'm really lost. I'm confused because the people are confused. But in the middle of all of that and fighting through that, I was like, the last thing I need to do is to fight a legal matter. But after being a cancer survivor, now that I'm a cancer survivor, my wife and I have acquired an attorney to make sure that we're protected still, and that we're taking the necessary legal actions to make sure that we can rectify this situation as simple as possible. As I said before, I'm from North Chicago, Illinois, and I was raised by a single mother. Father wasn't there. And there were just so many different questions that I had, and I was confused. I really was confused. But in that confusion, and in that point of me graduating from college, God told me to go. It's time to go. Well, God told me to move to Florida. Why Florida, God? That's what I asked him. And he said, well, there's some things that I gotta uproot from you in order to get you to do what I need you to do. So I need you to do this first. So he called me to Florida. That's where my paternal siblings were. My brothers, my sisters, and God is funny. When I got to Florida, it just so happened, without any calls being made or anything like that, I ended up, no lie, I ended up moving on the same exact street as my brother that's only 2 years older than me. It's so crazy. Can't make this stuff up. But in that, it allowed both he and I to really connect. Now, I connected with all my siblings now. But he and I really began to connect and develop a relationship to the point where we have now created the People's Kingdom. And the People's Kingdom is a collective of people that come together and take accountability within themselves to saying that they're going to take over their territory. Their territory is their mind. We're challenging people to take over their mind and to become all that it is that they were created to become, without any excuses. Yes, trials will happen. Yes, tribulations will happen. Yes, life will happen, but it's not about what happens to you. It's more about how you handle what happens to you. And that's what we're challenging everybody that wants to be a part of this collective to do, is to just take control and to conquer your territory. So at TPK, we have various collections for you to connect with. The first one being, don't be a Pharisee. A lot of the times people are like, yo, what's a Pharisee? If you know, you know, but if you don't, let me tell you. So the Pharisees were the people back in the day who thought that they were better than everybody else just because they felt like they were the scholars, they were astute, they were esteemed. Don't be that. The next collection, we have Holy Jedi. He was the person that used to go against the Pharisees, the people that used to act like they were holier than thou. The Holy Jedi would come and he would combat those Pharisees with the word, because he was the word. And lastly, my favorite collection, I'm partial to it. Don't judge me, but it's F the devil. That's right, F the devil. Now don't be no Pharisee talking about, how is he gonna cuss the devil out? Well, F him, okay? F the devil. I know that there are Pharisees out there. There are people that just feel like they're better than you. Don't be one of them. We're not worried about the Pharisees, because we are empowered by the Holy Jedi, the one who combats the Pharisees with the truth. And once you walking in your truth, you can honestly and openly say, F the devil.